following. Utilize appropriate case management processes.
What do you mean by case management process? Who has got good writing on the board? Who can write neatly? That's okay. No, anyone. You can write?
Terrible.
Terrible. Anyone? Kunjan? Kajal?
Very
Sumi?
terrible.
Who can write good on the board?
I can write, but my handwriting is not that good. So, ask.
Whose handwriting is good? Come on, guys, quickly. Kajal,
That's what I did the same like
take a board and take
If
a.
no one understands, then I will come back. So,
Okay.
you can't repeat it.
Take this thing and that like board and the duster. Yeah, whatever. Whichever is writing for you. So first write what are the and from right from the other end. Okay, case management process. The first important point is, guys. Yeah, right. First from the top. Case management process. So what do you mean by case management process? You have to not writing. Is it
Or
writing?
should I write?
Yeah, case management. Is it writing or no? I can't see. Can you all see? The light? Yeah. Sometime, yeah, that's okay. Yes. Yeah. So first one is case management process. So what do you mean by case management process, guys?
Sir, I can't write.
Why?
See
Okay, guys.
handwriting.
Come on, come. Who's gonna come? Take any other pen. Take any other pen. Sorry. What happens?
Yeah, my hands are trembling. I don't know why.
The reason is you don't have power in your hand
No,
because you
I
forgot
didn't have
writing.
breakfast. That's why.
Oh my goodness.
I was late.
Please have something. Yeah, very good. So first is case management process. The reason I'm writing the important points is because I want you to guys to focus while you're doing your role play. So first one is case management process. In the case management process, you will be doing all the 5 stages. So don't write 5 stages. I'm just telling you what are the 5 stages. Planning, initial planning or screening or assessment, what you call. Then you have got case plan. Then you have got implementation, monitoring and review, and case closure. So you don't have to do an exit or case closure at the beginning, but you will include majority of this case management process. Okay. Now, second thing is second point, Victoria.
Implement appropriate processes to enable the client to set goals and participate in case management.
How do you participate? How do you ask the client to participate in the case management processes? If they are not cooperative. So what do you do at the beginning?
You will make them comfortable.
You will make them relax, comfortable, and or engagement, client engagement. You can write the keyword as client engagement. In order to engage with the client, what you'll do? You'll do this. You build a rapport, gain their trust, transparency, build a relationship, all this. Okay? Yeah.
Client engagement.
No, just write client engagement. Here, just write client engagement. Here. Don't write all the subtopics. Okay? Good. Next, third one.
Integrate appropriate cultural consideration.
So what do you mean by cultural integration? If your client is from CALD community, just write CALD, C-A-L-D. Culturally, if your client is from culturally and linguistic diverse background, then what are the things? Because in most of the scenarios, they are from different background. So you have to appropriate this approach as well or include this point in your case scenario. Yeah, next point.
Provide information on rights of appeal and avenues of complaint so the client understands rights and responsibilities.
Yeah, so this point you write on the other side. I'll tell you why. Rights and responsibilities. Yeah, next one.
Facilitate information sharing with the client and establish an appropriate record.
This is what we have just remember. So there, under client engagement, you can write below client engagement. You can write establish appropriate rapport. They are same. Next, establish rapport. Appropriate rapport.
Proper, appropriate.
Establish appropriate rapport. Guys, make sure that nobody opens the door. Otherwise, she'll be hurt. Okay. Just see if anyone is coming. Paula. See whether if anyone is coming so that they don't hurt or lock it. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. Then next point here.
Identify and agree client and worker roles, responsibilities, boundaries, and processes of service delivery.
Roles and responsibilities. No, there only. Roles and responsibilities. That one is rights and appeal, my dear. This one, yeah, not responsibility. Rights and appeal for complaint. Yes, Kunjan.
Yes, sir.
Next one, Victoria.
Determine and agree organization, family and community needs, responsibilities and rights.
Needs. Just write there. Client needs. No, yeah, there only. Yeah, there only. Sorry. Client needs. Okay. Next.
Collaborate with the client to identify strengths, abilities, and goals and develop an agreed.
Remember your case management approaches. Case management approaches. What do you mean by those? Strength and this thing. Strength-based approach, it's your need-based approach. What is the approach which you are utilizing for that client, which is suitable for that client based on their needs that you have to identify? Though you will not tell this directly to the client, I'm using strength-based approach or need-based approach, but you will adopt or deploy those strategies which are similar to the client's needs. Yeah, next.
Develop a case management plan to reflect an issue assessment of needs.
So case planning, whatever you have assessed at the beginning based on the scenario, you have to build up a case plan. The case plan is nothing but what are the strategies you are putting up so that the client is accepting or agreeing to your case plan, be it referral services, be it any strategies, sending them to rehab or any kind of this thing, counseling or anything based on this. Okay, next.
Work with the client to identify the full range of immediate, short, and long-term needs of the client and other relevant parties.
This is very important point. You have to clearly say with the client based on their needs, what are the short-term needs, what they can expect, what they can achieve, what are the medium-term and long-term. So you can write types of needs. Next.
Establish and agree on processes to monitor and change case.
So next thing is establish to agree on process, nothing but timelines. Timelines as agreed, right? Timelines as agreed in timeline as per case plan you can write. Timelines as per case plan. So giving importance to the timelines, what you have agreed in the case plan. That is what is. Next one.
Identify strategies to deal with complex or high-risk situations.
So based on the clients and scenario, there may be some situations which may need your immediate attention. I don't know which scenario it is, but there would be complex and high-risk situations such as, what are complex and high-risk situations?
If the client is in danger.
Any danger or any signs of fatality such as suicidal, self-harming or harming others, such as domestic violence or mental health or alcohol and drug. These are the three sectors which would come under complex or high risk situations. So just write complex or high risk situations. Next.
Match requirements of case plan to experience, workload, and geographical location of worker or service provider.
So what does this mean is, whenever you are providing service, it should be as per the client's needs, such as the suburb where you are sending, the referral place where you are sending, it should be as per the choice and preference and in consultation with the client. So you can write service provider preference for service provider. Last one.
Assist clients to set and achieve realistic targets for change or action and to take personal responsibility.
So this should be whatever you are setting up for the client, it should be that the target should be realistic. Realistic in the sense, realistic time frame. That should not be tough. Like if a client has come to you with alcohol or smoking issues, and you may say, okay, within 1 week we'll try to stop, or within 1 week we'll try to control, which is impossible. It would take at least 3 months or 3 to 6 months based on the level of addiction of that individual. Okay. So these are the points. Now, on the right hand side, the reason I have written right hand side is because every now comes the Now comes the structure of case plan. So now comes the structure of case management or in your on your role play. So in your role play, first and foremost is first and foremost. So right from the first point, right number one. Okay. Number one is a little bit bigger. Huh? First thing is you would be introducing yourself, welcoming the client, and building the rapport. How do you build a rapport? By asking them about their well-being. How was your day? Do you need any water or anything? Make yourself comfortable. If you want, you can bring someone with you. Is it okay if I start? All sorts of things are making a client comfortable. That's the first thing. What did you write? First thing?
Welcome.
Intro and welcome.
Introduction.
Introduction. So you can take your name and remember, you have to adopt one service provider which is realistic because you will be writing the name of that as well. So any service provider, up to you. Salvation Army, anything, up to you. Services, any community service provider. Okay, realistic. You can say like I am Bibisha from Salvation Army as a case manager here to help you out. May I know your good name? And did you have any difficulty coming to our office? Was it easy to locate? Please take your time to settle down. Do you need any water or anything? And have you come alone? How did you come? By bus or whatever? You're building a rapport. You're asking some questions and expecting some answer on their well-being. Yeah, I came with my partner, child, or okay, if you want, it's up to you. If you want, you can, or you're comfortable with this thing, you can ask them to be with you. That is introduction of this thing. Now, second thing is before you start the main this thing or asking the client questions, what you would say? You would say before I start the discussion or with you, first of all, I would like to discuss some important points such as first thing is privacy and confidentiality. So what I'm expecting you to say in this is as per the Privacy and Confidentiality or as per the Privacy Act 1988, you don't write. Just write privacy and confidentiality. That's it. Confidential. DENTIALITY. So confidentiality. What do you as per the Privacy and Confidentiality Act 1988 and as per our organization policies and procedures. Yeah, right. Organization policies and procedures as well as that. As per organization policies and procedures, what all we are discussing here will be remain private and confidential. And without your consent, we will be not sharing any information to any third party or any other outsiders or even within our organization. Unless and until you give consent, and we'll be asking you for the consent. First thing. Second, after that is, at any point during the discussion, if any point during the discussion, if my question or if my any point on your case brings back you memories or make you sad, just let me know. I won't ask you or I won't venture in that area. Sensitivity. Okay, right, sensitivity. And we may skip that part or we may skip that question or we may ask you later. And at the same time, you may also say, if you want to stop or if you are uncomfortable, you can take a break. There is no hard and fast rule that we would be doing or we would be continuing. That also you can say. Then after this, what you have to say is, as per our organization policies and procedures, if you do not like our service or if you do not like my service, you have a right to appeal or right to file a complaint. See that at the top, bring that to number 5. So rights and appeals for complaints, and you can find the complaint form in the reception or in our website or so and so. Okay, about the rights and complaints, and all your complaints or feedback would be anonymous and would not have any impact on your future sessions or future services. Okay, this is what you have to write. Next, after that, what is the other thing? Yes, and if you don't mind, at the end of the session, please provide us a feedback. A feedback form will be given to you. Okay, feedback is different, complaints is different. Okay, 2 forms. This is what is done. Now comes the main scenario. So what you will ask first question? What brings you here? What is the reason you are here, or how can I help you? Anything you can use. Then the client may say, look, this is what. So your partner, who is your next, like Vibhisha is a case manager. If let's say Paula is our client, then Paula may answer, look, this is what my issue is. This is what I've got problem with, and I've been struggling, whatnot, based on the scenario. So for the first session or the first part of this thing, you would be for the first part of this thing, you would be asking questions, lot of questions. You will be asking lot of questions on the. Ask him to come from back. So what could be the? It's open. So what could be the questions? So you need to ask. Yes, my friend. You did not tell us, otherwise I would have rolled a red carpet for you. So, what was the thing?
Ask questions.
Ask as many as questions on the scenario. Whichever scenario you may pick, we will be doing 3 scenarios, but I'll tell you how we are going to do, okay? So, if you have taken the first scenario, then what are the different questions you're going to ask on the client? I want everyone to explore the questions not only on the scenario, but some questions may be away from the scenario. For example, Henry took a bad fall 6 weeks ago and has been receiving rehabilitation service at local nursing facility. You may ask a question to Henry. How did you fall down? What happened? Were you in an inhabilitated condition, or were you? What happened? That's a question which is not said in this thing. Anything which is related to the other previous thing. Okay. I want you to ask some questions. Like he has diabetes and poor hearing. How long have you been living with this diabetes and poor hearing? What is the cause? Was it since your childhood the hearing issue, or did you develop it as you grow, or maybe at the old age, or whatever? So that's those kind of questions I'm asking you to ask. Okay. So you need to ask questions on the scenario by digging. Okay. First, this thing for the first part. Remember the case management process. That's what I've told you. Initial assessment you have done. Many questions. Then you would say, okay, I have got what all questions or what all responses from you. Now let's discuss for the future plan. Let's do case planning for you. I have devised a case plan for you and so and so. So based on your issue, let's say if a client has got an alcohol and drug issue, okay, I want to send you to rehab center, or I want you to send you for counseling, so and so place, and I want everyone to wherever you are referring. Yes, no talking. Wherever you are referring, I want those referral services to be real. So whichever scenario you are picking up, if you are sending your client, let's say Henry, to a rehabilitation center, then I want you to find out in advance the real rehabilitation center with the contact name, address, and everything. Because you will be writing in the next page. So that is what is case plan. Then you agree on. Based on your assessment, I can see that these are your short-term needs, medium-term, and long-term needs. Short-term needs are this, and this can be achieved in this way. This is the time frame. This is what I'm expecting you to complete, and this is what you will be coming out by achieving the objectives. What not, based on the scenario. Then the time frame you would see. Where are you referring? You will see. All those details you will see. Okay, based on for every client there will be at least 2 to 3 referral services in a client, because every scenario is complex. Okay, that's the first. Then you would say that I would be monitoring and reviewing your case, even though you are with a third party referral service provider. They'll be sending me the progress reports. If there is any issue, if there is any change in the case plan, or if there are any circumstances which needs us to change the plan, I'll update you, and you can see me anytime if you have any difficulty during or at any point during your referral service, service provider, and then we can change we can change the case plan, or we can amend, so that because the timeline will change automatically. And I want you to adopt in this scenario, in the case plan stage itself, that which approach are you using based on the client scenario. If it is need-based approach, the strength-based approach, you would say like, look, you have got good strengths, you are good in this, you are good at this, and then we'll start from that point first. Okay, so you have to highlight whether it's strength based, needs based, or client centric or person centric approach. Rights based we use very rarely, but if it comes, you can use. It's not mandatory that only you have to use only one approach. You can use all the approaches based on the client scenario. Okay, then the goals is finished, then the approaches is finished. Then you at every point you would try to motivate and encourage the client. Like, look, you can do. You've been this, and if you get treated, and if you get well, you can go back to the community. That is motivational. Okay, strength based. You can go back to the community, or you can go back to your family, and you can be a part of your family member. You can enjoy your time with the family, your spouse, your children, your parents, whatnot, and you can contribute to the community. This is what we can say. Okay, and then the last, then the just before the last point, you would summarize rights and appeals. Then no, right. Sorry, second step, right? Case planning, and then they will refer to that left side. That's it. This case planning. After that, everything there. No, that's it. Just put the arrow there. Put the arrow there. That's it. Yeah, on that side. Left side. Yeah, that's it. So after case planning, they will be doing everything. That's what I have written on the left side. So that what all we will discuss, that will be there. What are the approaches and everything. Everything you have to do. Okay. Then just before you close, you summarize right now. Summarize. What is summarization? Very, very important. If you miss summarization, you have to repeat the whole thing. In summary, what you'll do, okay, let's summarize the purpose for which you have come to me or which you have come to our service. You have said that you have got so and so issues, and after analysis and after this thing, I have suggested and referred to you this place, and you have agreed for the timelines, and that you will be going to the reference service providers. Then the client says, yes, this is what we are agreed. Then you would give a paper and say that this is a case plan agreement now. Would you please sign the case plan agreement? That is sealed. So once case plan agreement is done, then you would ask them that hope I have answered, hope I have provided all the services to you. And then you would ask for feedback. So can you please provide a feedback? Yes, feedback is done. You can give again a form. Feedback is done. Then after feedback, you would say, hope this session was useful for you. If you have any, again you can reiterate. If you have any complaints or anything, provide us at the form at the reception. And then hope to see you next week. I'll follow up on your this thing after 1 week. Same time, same day. Is it okay? Or whatever time you can say. Is it okay? Then they may say yes. You record that. And then you say, thank you, see you next week. Or whatever, see you next time for that day. Clear, guys?
Yes, sir.
That is what is the structure of a one role play in the case management. A typical. Okay? Now coming back to, we have, thank you. So just write summarize and then feedback and then and schedule, next schedule, future. No, schedule, SCHU. Schedule, future, yeah, future appointment. Yeah. That's it. Okay, clear? Thank you. Thanks for the revision. Clap for our guys. Okay. So now, 3 role plays. You have got 3 role plays. So out of these 3 role plays, you will be doing all 3 first things. But I want one to be in detail in this section, this part. Clear? Now, what are the deliverables or what are the things? Yes, Armanjot, what happened? You missed out everything.
It's not story.
Yes.
Okay, so what was it? 3 scenarios. For every scenario, remember guys, this is very important. For every scenario, yeah. If everyone has taken the picture, I'll turn on the light. Or you can take later. Okay, hold on. Can you please turn on the light? Thank you. So now, if you see there are 3 role plays, Henry, York, and Gordon. For every role play, you have to do case management plan. Yes, guys, no talking. You sit in the first bench. Okay. So case management plan. So you will write here case management plan for first Henry. Okay. Similarly, you will write case management plan for you will copy this. Remember, everyone has to copy thrice. Yeah, 3 role play, right? So here comes the which is this one? Case management plan of York. Then again one more time. Just enter or control enter. New page will come. Up to you. If you push on and enter, that will come to the same page. Then the third one would be Gordon. So 3 case management plans. You would be able to do 3 case management plans only if you do the role play. But I am giving you the opportunity to do only one role play in detail. But still you will be going through the role play because I will be asking you when you come for the role play. I will be asking you just some points of the other role play. But though you will not be enacting the role play. Clear? The key points, because when you come on your day of role play, you will be having all this information for all the 3 role plays. It's pre your role play, so you will be having readily this thing. So I'll just ask you what are the short terms or long term goals, what you have done. Like for example here, what were the main assessment points for the other role play? Like for example, you have picked up Henry. You did Henry as a role play. Finished. After your role play, I'll ask you what are the assessment points, what you have seen for the yoke. Just you can say, oh, these are the assessment points, what I've seen. Short term, long term goals. That's it. So you will not be enacting the role play. Otherwise, other classes are doing 3 role plays. And if you share this that you have done only 1 role play, then you will be doing everything in your holidays because you will not be marked. So I am giving you this chance only to do 1 role play in detail.
And the other 2 you will just ask you to.
I'll ask questions, not the role play, because the reason why I'm not asking you to do 3 role plays, I want you to get involved in 1 role play in a full circle like this. That's the reason I've discussed. If you do like this, all the 3 role plays, it will take 2 hours. Normally, what others are doing, what is the difference between other class and us is, they'll do short role play, but all 3. I don't want that. I want 1 complete, considering all the aspects what I have discussed and what are all the points which are here. Remember these points. Every point will be there in that. If you miss any point, I'll ask you to do the role play again. That is the liberty I am giving you. If you don't honor that, then you will do all the things. Clear? So you will be doing pick up any role play, and remember the role play what you are doing, your partner can't pick up the same role play. Obviously, isn't it? It should be different. If Paula has selected Henry, then Bibisha would select York if they are partners. Whoever is your role play partner, you will not repeat the same role play, same topic. Sorry? You're not getting my point, you're doing only 1.
Okay.
But you're doing only 1 in detail.
Yes.
Covering all the aspects. But you will be working on the other 2 as well. I may ask you some questions, but you're not doing role play.
Oh.
I may ask
still
you.
we have to get idea for like.
Not idea. You have to prepare this everything in advance.
Okay.
If you prepare this in advance for all the 3 cases, then only you will be able to answer my question.
Yes, yes. That's what.
So it's like case management plan. All the 3 case management plans you will be doing in advance at home and come. That's it. The only thing is you're not enacting all the 3.
Okay.
But you're doing
I
only
choose
one.
that I
Any
want.
one which you want to do in front of me. But in fact, you are doing all the 3 and working on the case management plans. How would you work with if you don't understand the scenario?
So in other words, we're doing everything in the book. However,
Yes,
we're presenting
exactly.
just
Only one in front of me, but in detail. That's the reason I have written all the key points. Clear, guys? So make sure and remember. And now remember, three these things, but do not copy for God's sake. This is only one. That's enough for me. The observation checklist is only one. That's enough. The observation checklist is only one.
While submitting this assignment, we had to submit three. What?
Yeah, copy. Three case
Yeah,
manager
three.
plans. That's why I've copied. So you can also copy, but do not put up multiple documents. Only in the one document. Now at the end of the sheet, there is feedback form. Oh, there is no feedback form. I think it should be there in your. Just checking your assessment. Is the feedback is it?
So there is feedback, not
One
feedback.
feedback form.
Yeah, it's
Just check. It's there, right? So that feedback form you have to provide only once, not three. Just one feedback form at the end. So what you'll be doing, like for example, Paula and Dazzle are doing the role play. When Paula is doing the role play and Dazzle as a client will email the feedback form to Paula with all her details like sign and what all is there.
Okay. But for only one we need to
Only
submit.
one. Just one because you're dealing in one. So you will be sending the feedback form to your partner. This is what is the role play. Now I want everyone. Just I'll go through quickly through the what is it called scenarios. See, everything is real here. I'll go through with this thing, okay? So one scenario. I'll do the yoke one, okay? Yes, Kajal.
Yes.
Read out the yoke role play 2 loudly and slowly.
Okay. Yoga is 30 years old and has just arrived in Australia from Thailand 6 months ago. She has been referred to your agency's migrant and refugee services for employment and social support. Yoga has.
Just a second. So whichever scenario that will give you where you're working. So like in this scenario, Kajal will be as a case manager, and then she would say, I'm Kajal and I'm working as a case manager at Migration and Resource Center. Some name you can take. Relevant to the scenario, okay? Wherever you're working. That will give a real sense. Yes, go on.
York has functional English skills but says that she is struggling to understand the Australian accent. She also discloses that she feels lonely as she does not have any family or close friends in Australia. She used to be a teacher in her home country and would like to pursue a similar profession.
So first of all, from the onset of the scenario, what you can observe, it's a CALD community case. Different culture, different, she's migrated, CALD community would be, or CALD requirements will come into the picture. Then her age, and then she's single. Single in the sense, she's alone here. No family and friends. So these are the points which you need to observe. The short term goals, medium term and long term. What are her strengths here from this? So can you use strength based approach and need based approach or need based approach? What are her strengths from the scenario for you?
That she was a teacher.
She was a teacher and she has got some functional English which is enough for her to survive or to learn more. That is her strength. And what is that? Her struggling part is
That she is lonely.
unable
she doesn't have a
to
family.
understand the Australian accent,
Yeah.
and as well as she's alone or single. So what are the things where you can refer her? You know the referral places where you have to refer her. Maybe for the job, maybe she may require some translation, somewhere where she can convert her qualifications to the Australian accepted qualifications, or on top of it there may be some other courses which she might do to adjust or to get a job. And where are you going to send her to get some social circle, build up some social circle like her culture or people like her, whatever, up to you. These are some of the things which you can write. So if I go here, in the case management name, York, Contact number, you can write something. Caseworker, your name, date, the date on which you are doing your role play. Presenting issues, write in the form of points. Do not write paragraph. And do not copy directly from the case scenario. Write in your own words what are the things which you have observed. Like I believe Yog has got this thing from the discussion. I can see that Yog has got this. What? Then assessment. What have you assessed? Here you would say, based on the initial assessment or based on what Yog has said, this is where I think I can help her out. We have got in-house services for English or for employment or whatever. That is what you are assessing. Then identified goals, you can write English language, immediate are her English language ability skills, because otherwise she is unable to communicate. Second thing, immediate goal would be to refer her to some cultural appropriate clubs or groups or friend circle or whatever, social club. You need to do a research on the background of that people, what they can do, where they can go. In Australia, where are the Thailand people more? Which suburb? What are the things? What are some important dates? What are the important festivals or cultural events they are having? Are there any cultural clubs? So you would refer and enroll her to them. Understood? Then again, short term and long term. Long term would be her professional skills. Short term would be her language improvement skills, where you can send her. You can write his address and the organization name as well. Actions to be taken, like if there is any intervention or help she needs, where she can go, who's going to monitor the progress, if she finds any difficulty, who's going to pay or whatnot. Is she eligible for any rebate, subsidy or whatnot, everything is. Individual desired outcome support received. Then Yog was satisfied. That is what at the end you summarize. Yog has agreed to my plan of our case plan of what we have suggested, and she is happy to follow up, and she is happy to enroll in all the referral services whatever I've done, and we'll be following up, and we'll be catching up every fortnightly or every weekly to see how she is going. That is what is here. So now, here just one word answers or whatever description is asking. Who will provide the required support? Like you can say our organization and the third party organization, you write the name where you are sending. If it is provisioned by other, you will write the name here. Like some English language academy. For what length of time support is required? Based on your short term or long term goals. If it is short term, 2 to 4 weeks. If it is long term, 6 months or 1 year. Whatever, you will write. Commencement and proposed end date, whatever dates you are envisaging, you can write. Okay? Review date, when are you catching up or when are you monitoring the progress of her, how she is coping up, when are you trying to catch up. Okay? Next catch up plan. Case plan authorized by signature of the client. You take the client, you write her name here, that should be okay. Signature of the caseworker, you write your name or your signature, date. Clear? Now, that is what is the end of the case. Understood now? So the more you explore and research, you will get more to write here. If you just write from the case scenario, you won't get anything and you have to redo the assessment. That's why, please respect the liberty I have given you. I'm not asking you to waste time on doing multiple role plays, but I'm asking you to explore and research. So if whichever role play you are doing, do a lot of research for your role play. Then for your case management plan, anyway you have to do research for what is that, in order to understand. Like you don't know what Thailand people do, or what is their requirement or whatnot. Then similarly, for example, second scenario, God of his 20,000 was spent last 2 years, homelessness. So what are the features of the homelessness? What are the people, a young individual who's single and homeless, what could be his condition? You need to research. Then only you'll understand what are the provisions, what are the support services he may need. That is what you have to find. Look, while I'm speaking, it may be rosy and sweetful for your ears, unless and until you note down. When you start on your own, you'll be at scratch, zero again. So whenever you come across, it's better to note down what I'm saying because I won't repeat the same thing again and again. So homelessness, all the features of homelessness, service providers, what is the initiative from the government, what help we can get, paid, unpaid, how long, short term, long term accommodation, what, everything. You have to research. Nothing is there in the case scenario. So in your case management plan, the research work would reflect. Clear? That is what is the role play 3, role play 1 and 2 and 3. So pick up the role play now and start brainstorming, especially the people who are having role play on next week. And yes, before this doubt seeps into your mind, yes, you will be coming next week, even though you are not having the role play. If you want attendance. Before anyone asks this question, I'm saying yes, you have to attend. For attendance. If you don't come, up to you. Clear? Though it will not be a full day, but you have to come. You're free to attend or you're free to experience the role play. Okay, you're free to listen to my comments, which you can incorporate in your role play session. It will be a useful session. Okay? So I want you to start discussing with your partners. Yes, Pooja. Where is your partner? You have his number? Then why did you pick him up? Did he pick you? No? I put you up. Then why didn't you take his phone number or email last week? Sorry? I thought he'll come. Let's see where he is.
When are you coming back? When are you coming back from Paris? Next week. Yeah, tell him. Very soon. I want to finish that. Tell him so he will change it. Tell him. She already told me.
Chocolate one or go to presentation. See? In the table, chocolate. I measure with you chocolates, not go to presentation in the next week, and you can.
From Friday. Okay. And I have
I just sent you a graphic alternatives in a week from the it takes 24 hours. Have you experienced that? It won't be going, but it's congested. It's very weird. I tried to email them 4 times because I'm still waiting for the documents it changes our bracelet. Sometimes if I need to express try to get them all up to that's it. put a lot of something. What number? Number 12. I have four questions that I want you to check. One of them is the check.
Thank you. Yeah, let me-
What number?
yeah, yeah, sorry. Sorry, I'm on you. Oh, okay. So, yeah, but tomorrow I was happy to take it, even though now she's saying this coming. No, no, no.
I don't do anything like this. Let me take a screenshot. I didn't do anything like that. Do what? I tried to use this link here. It's not working. It's not working. 3.3. I changed this link here, but I have to change the first. I tried to use the link here, but it's not working. I just want this one.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thanks for delivering. Thanks a lot. I am enrolling.
This God will save you.
So you are
Page number.
because of God.
Page number.
What's the matter?
Did you submit your assessment one? Sermons. Assessment one. Did you submit? No, yes. I still want to see houses of questions. Compare managers. I don't I'm just exploring.
See you. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. Yes, guys.
I sent you my stuff.
So start discussing and brainstorming with your partner. Yes, Armanjot, everything is Greek and Latin for you, I know. She already told you? Good. So who's your partner? Sit with your partner and brainstorm, and those who have not submitted the assessment one, please submit, and those who have not finished the assessment task to finish and upload on Monday. That's when it opens.
Yes, sir, that's right.
Again, I'm telling you, mark my words, everyone, guys. Yes, please listen. Mark my words, ask your colleagues or ask your friends who are in the other class, the same unit, ask them what they are getting and how they have been treating and how they have been getting the lecture. So appreciate that you are in my class and ask them the feedback or ask them whatever you want, role play or the assessments or anything. I have got 15 students wanted to coming back, but I can't take beyond my capacity. They have to be. You have seen that, right? Laura came and she has removed some of them, but still, I've got other classes. I've got Karen, Sally, and the new trainer.
But you need to prioritize these.
So I'm not asking you that to this thing, but please appreciate what you're getting and please do the assessments and the role play as I have explained or described,
I'll try.
so that it's easy for me to mark.
I'll try to.
Otherwise, don't be a pain to me.
study the way study.
Tell Bruce you're going to Paris and you will meet Taylor Swift. I really miss her just because the last
Sumi, have you got Sujan's number? Call him. Have you got Sujan's number? Have you got Sujan? Yeah, ask him if he's coming today. Find out if he's coming. Why? I don't know. Yes, guys, Mark, please answer your attendance.
yeah, it's not mine. But just that I read like a lot. After Sally told me.
Jacqueline is not here. Pooja, Pooja, you're on time, okay? Kajal, you're on time. Meenakshi, Paula,
Yes, present.
Sumi, Norman Ahmed. You are late by 1.5 hours. So you'll get the same number of hours, my friend. Norman Akram, Muhammad Hussain, Sunita Gimre. You're also 1.5 hours late, my dear. Warning to you. Kunjan,
Yes, sir.
half an hour late.
So I was on time.
What was the time, tell me?
9:30. You told us that you can.
You can come 9:30. You have to come 9:30. The difference
Sir,
is
but today I might.
you can't come up with anything. Ahmed
Because
Mukhtar,
my friends are.
1 hour late. Fahad,
Yes, sir.
Purnima, Harmanjot Kaur, 1.5 hour late. Anupama Parajuli,
Which subject?
Visha, half an hour. Victoria, Rana, Akshan. Akshan put on a call. Yen,
Yeah, I'm done.
1 hour. Hello.
1 hour. Do you think my answer? Yeah. I know. I don't know. No.
Yeah, Mohammad Faizan,
I'm sure we're
Sujan,
Absent.
Dazzle.
Yes, sir.
So please come on time to get attendance on.
Sir? I just told it isn't working.
Pray.
Yesterday I tried to put it
No.
there. It's
Now,
not working. I haven't tried it now.
you try now. Try now.
I don't want to try it now because if I try it now,
No, upload as draft.
yeah, I tried to upload it twice yesterday. It just wasn't working. So if I try it now, I still have to check my level of similarities.
That's what submit as draft.
Yeah, I can't make another submission until after 24 hours.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so I need to
So
do
just
it.
wait here, wait, that's okay. But you have shown me how many questions you have shown me? 20.
Let me show you. I finished except for number 12.
Number 12. What is the number 12? What is it? Number 12 show the number. Yes, guys. Please go through it. We'll go on a break in 5 minutes.
5 minutes?
Huh? What? As if you are starving and you are working hard, like digging some holes. I have been shouting. I have been shouting and you're just listening, my friend. Sorry? You're worried about me? What, you're getting me something or what? What you'll get? Then there is nothing out here. Okay, if you want to go for a break. Yeah. So, no, this I've told you this is 2.3 now, not 3.3. Yes, that's it. Yeah, that's it. Yes. So, how many questions have you seen last time? I think 19 or 21. 22. 20.
Yes, check your email.
Yes, ma'am. Not yet.
Refresh.
Diversity point here. Yeah, diversity will cover gender as well, age as well. Yeah, because that's what this culture they are linguistic diverse background.
Then is this your email?
I have written like random answer.
Who's that? Oh my god.
That's what we are trying to call you, my friend.
Check your school email and private. I sent you.
Why you're working there for now?
You know I'm not.
I'm calling you, I message you. Is it your office? Office.
You know what?
It's already organizing policy. Yeah, that's you can
But suddenly disappeared.
I will
Sending money.
if there is some situation.
And also the different what kind of different
When it's going.
for example, different who are current valid and updated. Some may be have gone, some are
If you have all the information,
I will
know last week. Current, valid and updated service provider.
Yeah, that's the other thing.
in this scenario, what you do? And
This one more time.
because same thing happened with me.
So current, valid and updated. Okay. Yeah, see, if you what is the question asking? What is the range of services available? So let's say you have got someone who needs rehabilitation program.
What you say with us?
Whereas you are working with a company. First, you check whether their business is not whether they are available to take maybe an emergency client. So that
Not
you have to write a database.
It's empty.
That information should be hard. Correct? Updated?
Yeah, no, you open my
Yeah. So in your database, yeah.
what subject? Then sit download and send your email. I don't have any patient sending me. Did you see that?
Now the replacement ones.
The second assessment is not already open, that's why.
I will read that
Wait,
tonight
you-
and I'll get back to you. I'll just
Ah,
tell
when
you
I
about
put
so you can
the
change
photo-
it.
I think
Let me know because I need to choose.
I think now we are.
Have you finished the assessment?
Wait,
Yeah, I just
your
need to make
college.
some correction and I will
More than
submit.
Wednesday, I'll
Just
do
make
it.
email.
I don't know how to count.
Have you finished yet?
Yeah.
Bike ka lang, tingin mo bike ka lang.
Wow. Not a lot of them.
The same.
Kita timeline पर kita call number kita alternate number आउँछ मतलब म next week आउँछ after that week आउँछ त्यसपछि आउँछ मेरो alternate model 70% assignment
How many questions you done?
Right?
Yeah. Have you started your own course? I haven't started my
No,
own.
I'm gonna do because you are rich.
No.
That's why you are always chilling. Right, Paula? She's always chilling. You're not worried about anything. Why don't you open and take a photo? My
You don't go there for my everyday.
That's why I'm not
Yes.
Why am I with you?
I'll try to do it. Which is yours? Three. But I'm not promising. I will just try. But you can do it. I trust you. You just, I'll send it to you later. Yeah, on my mobile. Just take a photo of it. While I'm still fresh. It's easy to send on my mobile. I don't have any patience using laptop.
Yep, hang on.